So I'm gonna prep all my dinner and I'm gonna try and give a few tips on how I've helped my daughter eat a lot of raw and incorporate a lot of healthy foods into her diet. And first of all, really, she's 4 years old now and she has not always eaten raw. We've both not always been raw. We've not even both always been vegan. So it's only really over the last year we've started incorporating a lot more raw into our diets as kind of a main nutrition source. We've always included a lot of kind of raw food, but it's always been as a snack or accompanying a main dish of cooked food. So my daughter's been quite familiar with a lot of the raw things anyway. I've used to always bring her carrot sticks and cucumber sticks and celery sticks often when she was at nursery and things. So and bananas, we've always loved bananas, the pair of us. So now it's really, we'll have a meal of bananas. We'll have a meal of banana smoothie for lunch or for breakfast. And we're not afraid of that anymore. And I think it's that being, because instilled in a lot of parents, and most of the time there's this all fear of too much sugar from fruit and stuff. And it's just completely not true. The fruit is what we're designed to eat. It's what our bodies crave. And if you don't give your children enough sugar from the fruits, then they're going to be wanting sweets and chocolate and things like that. So my daughter never asks for sweets, never asks for chocolate, and it's because she's satisfied with the amount of fruit she eats. So that's great for general living. I'd rather she had lots of fruit than she was craving sweets and things all day, you know. So how have I got her to eat a lot of raw is first of all, I've not made food a thing. And by this I mean I haven't made sweets a treat. Food isn't a treat. Food is just something you eat, you know, and I think that's the baseline of it. It's just something you put into your body, helps your body work. Some of it tastes amazing, some of it's made to taste amazing, but it's not very good for your body, and some of it tastes amazing and is so good for your body. So it's just kind of, I've always been that way with her with food. I've never liked the idea of giving them treats, because I know when they get older, they start to associate treats with, like food with, when they've done something good, when they feel good about themselves, they want to associate it directly and go get the comfort foods and things like that. But food should just be food, you know, it's just what we eat. It's what we nourish ourselves with. So, and it's also made no difference between vegetables and, I don't know, like a cheesecake or something, I don't know. It's just that they're both food. One of them is not a treat for fun times, and one of them is not yuck, ugh, you know. It's so she's never been afraid of vegetables. It's always just been vegetables, just grow out the ground. You eat them, they're good for your body. Like it's not a big deal. It's not like, please eat your vegetables, like, or making any connotations to the fact that they might be yucky or that other people don't like them, or, you know, if she ever has encountered a food that she didn't want to eat at that time, I've never instilled a label into her that she doesn't like that food. It's always, just don't fancy it right now. So that's what we've always said. I just don't fancy it right now. And I model that as well. I will use those words myself so that she uses those words too. So she will say, like, you know, if she doesn't, like with avocado, she's never wanted to try avocado, never even wanted to try it. So, and that's since she was born. Well, I didn't actually try it when she was kind of at the real goo-goo gaga stage. As soon as she was able to turn away food and we provided like kind of avocado, it was kind of like, oh, she doesn't want it, she doesn't like it. But I never said that she doesn't like it to her, even though she would never try it. It's only recently, over the last couple of months, that she's actually even tried it and decided she likes it. And so I never said to her that, oh, you don't like avocado or anything like that, because I don't want her to take on that and say, oh, I don't like avocado, and other children, oh, I don't like vegetables. It becomes a part of them, and it's an expectation at dinner time. It's like, or if you're at someone else's house and they offer your child that and you say, oh no, they don't like that. That's, again, instilling an expectation or a label onto them. And I just want her to be open to all foods. Like, if you don't want to try it now, that's fine. If you don't fancy it now, that's fine. You know, it's just this food, it's relaxed, it's easy, and there's never any pressure for her to eat her food, finish her food, and that's just helped immensely. It's just tricks I've done throughout her life which have kind of built up to an openness to food and a level playing field as well of foods. There's no winner food, there's no loser food, there's no, you know, it's just food. It's just food, and eat enough, and, you know, fill your body with nutrition. And that's another thing, I do teach her a lot about nutrition. I like to tell her what's in food and what's good for your body, what's not good for your body, as this is just general life skills in my head. And just like I would, as a mummy monkey in the jungle, I would tell her which berries are poisonous and which berries were good to eat. I see the same thing with today's society and the food I'm getting finished. Hello, darling. Would you like to help? Come on then. I'm just talking about how you eat lots of fruit and vegetables. Do you want to help me talk about that? Are you sure? Oops, stand up properly. You are covered in smush. Could you please stand down? Aww. I love you. I love you. Could you put your feet down, please, because I'm preparing the food.
I want some food.
Want some food? Would you like a bit of cucumber while you're waiting? Okay, let's hold on. Here you go. So, do you like fruit and vegetables? What do you like about them? What do you like about fruit and vegetables, darling? Do you like the way they taste? Do you like what they do to your body? Not even gonna... Yeah? What do they do to your body? You don't know? Do they make it grow? Do they... Oops. Do they help you sleep better? Yeah? What about energy? Do fruit give you energy, or does it make you go like this? Bleh. Energy! That's right, sweetie. So good for our bodies, and it's important to look after our bodies, isn't it? We have respect for our bodies, right? Our bodies are so important. It's the most important thing that we've got in our life to use so that we can do amazing things. Oh, it makes you strong. It does make you strong, that's right. Whoa. Big muscles. Can everyone see these muscles? She got muscles. It's great. So having that openness in general to food is what I think has made this transition so much easier. So I would definitely suggest just working on incorporating aspects like that into your life, and, you know, letting down your prejudices about food and the way that you think about food. Like, if you don't like, you think you don't like a food, it's fine, just don't try it. You know, if just think about the way that you address food around them. If you start saying that vegetables are yucky, that you don't like vegetables, you know, that they're probably going to copy. If you never eat vegetables, they're probably never going to eat vegetables, because their instincts are to copy their mummy and their daddy. And if their parents are not modelling that, then they're not going to be interested in either. Because again, I think about if we're in nature as monkeys, and the babies will copy what the parents do to survive. You know, when mummy's quiet, we're quiet. You know, what mummy eats, we eat. When mummy doesn't eat, we don't eat, because there's probably a reason they do that. So children subconsciously copy us all the time, and I think it's very important to be very mindful of that. Careful with the language we use, and careful with the way that we approach life in general, because they will pick up on that. And if we're happy and open and excited about food and the vibrant colours and trying new things, they're going to be the same. So maybe some self-work is done before you actually encounter on trying to incorporate your children. You know, how are you thinking about vegetables? Are you grossed out? Do you know, how do you speak about them? Do you think if you didn't like something once, that you'll never be able to incorporate it in your lifestyle again? You know? and again, just leading by example. Smash the food, eat the raw, drink the smoothies for breakfast, you know, and they'll have those instead of your meals or whatever, and they'll copy it, because children copy their mummy and daddy because they want to be like us. It's adorable. Another thing I say is, yes, smoothies. Smoothies are so good. You can make them taste like chocolate. You can mix up fruits that they don't really like. Like, my daughter's never been mad on papaya, but she'll have it in a smoothie. If I do banana, papaya and a few dates, she'll have that. Again, like, she never really liked dates on their own, but then I've kind of made them into smoothies, did like the whole Datorade thing with loads of cucumber, and she loved it, absolutely loved it, because she loves cucumber as well. Which is another good thing I would say is, for example, I'm making this raw dinner. My daughter loves cucumber, like loves cucumber. So I'm heavy on the cucumber, because I know she'll like that. And again, with the pepper, she loves pepper, so I'm going to dice up loads of pepper to get it in here, you know. Celery's, she likes celery as well, actually, to be fair, but she doesn't really like tomatoes, so I won't put tomatoes in it. Well, I'll put tomatoes in the sauce, but I won't put the cherry tomatoes in the bowl, because she doesn't like, if I put it in there, it puts her off it. So picking up on those little cues as well, you know. They love cucumber, put loads of cucumber in their salad. Dice it up loads and mix it all together. If you're making a salad for them, and put loads of avocado on it. If they don't like avocado, like my daughter didn't for a very long, well, chose not to eat, didn't fancy for a long time, then get them to do it with you, because that was the turning point, really. I got her to help me cook, well, help me prepare. I don't really cook because it's raw. So I got her to help preparing, and when she was mashing the avocado, she got really into it. She was loving it, and then she wanted to try it. She wanted to see what she'd made. So I think it's only natural for children to want to see what's in their food. I mean, I always think, if you imagine you're sitting there at a dinner party and someone just gives you a big bowl of mixed up stuff and you have no idea what's in it, you'll be a bit like, what's in this though? Because, you know, you might not like some of the ingredients. You might have a thing against, like, I would always be very scared they put meat or something in it, or fish. So it'd be like, you'd be sitting there and be like, oh, what is this, you know? And the same for children, you know? They want to see what's gone into their food. They want to see how it's made. So if you just give them a big bowl of guacamole dip and they don't take to it, it might be because they just need to see it for themselves and be involved in making it, because then they get excited and inspired. So just including them in the whole process. My daughter didn't fancy helping me today, but I have run through with her what we're having, and she's agreed that she wants it, which is another important thing. You know, I'd only give her a raw vegan dinner if she has said she wants it. I don't try and force it on her. I don't want her to be like, oh, you have to eat this, and you know, and because then it's just going to be a battleground, and it shouldn't be a battleground. Food is fun, food is beautiful, food is life, you know. And I want her to like being raw. Or like be drawn to it in her own time, in her own way, and through being inspired by me. I don't want her to just be forced to do it, because then she's just gonna grow up with these horrible associations of being made to eat carrots and stuff like that. It's like, what's the point of that? So yeah, including them a lot. I always ask her what she wants to eat for dinner, and letting them eat some of what you've got as well. That's always a nice trick. If you've got children who want to steal your food, that's really great, because then you can get them into raw. And my daughter loves garlic as well, so putting some garlic into some of her dishes, it really, really gets her into it, because she just adores garlic. I don't want to use garlic for mine personally, so I'll just put a little bit of garlic in at the end. If she wants it, I'll double check with her that she wants that. And yeah. So that's another little trick. New muffins taken up. I think I've said a lot of my points now. But yeah, heavy on the cucumber today. And as well, the more you start feeding them lots of raw fruit and vegetables, the more they start craving it. That's what I've really noticed with my daughter. She absolutely craves it now. She'll wake up in the morning and she'll just be bananas, 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 and that's what she wants, you know. And when it comes to dinner time, she wants, if she hasn't had greens in the day, if she hasn't had a smoothie or some cucumber or a load of lettuce with her dates, she'll be so hungry for a salad with her food. And I made her, what's it called the other day, rice noodles, and she did not want them. She had a couple of bites and she was like, I don't want it. She was like, can I have some bananas? So she just had some bananas, and then after that she had some pumpkin seeds as well, because she hadn't had a lot of fat that day, so she had a load of pumpkin seeds and did a little bit of salad as well. So that's what I mean, like, because their gut bacteria adapts. So if you eat a lot of meat, your gut, and drink a lot of alcohol as well, like, your gut will crave that. Your gut will crave a drink, and it will crave meat, and it will crave dairy, and all the things that you don't really want to be putting in your body or in the body of the people you love. So the less you have of it, really, the better, and the more your body will adapt and will crave other things. Now I can't imagine eating. I can't imagine eating meat. I just, like, I don't know what would happen. Like, I think my stomachs would implode or something. Like, it would just be awful, because my gut bacteria would not know what to do. And that's a really good thing, because having the gut bacteria that craves meat and dairy and eggs is not healthy bacteria. It produces toxins in your colon that are extremely dangerous to you, and put you at greater risk at lots of diseases. So again, not something you want in the body of yourself or the people you love. So yeah, I'm gonna put some, let's get tomatoes now. Yeah, do this. So yeah, just include as much as you can, really. If they really like carrot sticks, and, you know, do carrot sticks and make a hummus. I used to make hummus for my daughter, and I'd make it with, like, a lot of raw ingredients. So I'd do a liquid base at the bottom, which was made from skinless cucumber, and I'd blend that first so that it where's the tomatoes? Yeah, I'd blend those first to make a watery base, and then include the and then blend everything on top of that, and then add a few bits of celery. I'd have the garlic in there, would be raw. What else? I might put a bit of, yeah, I put red peppers in there as well to do like a red pepper hummus, but I didn't cook them, so I just kept them raw. So it's just like little tricks like that. So and then she'd have an array of vegetable sticks to dip in the hummus, which were nice and raw. So she had lots of raw sticks to dip in. So that's a great way. Just get them involved and get it in their bodies however you can. First of all, really. You can even make raw hummus, I think, by sprouting grains, but I've never done sprouting, so, although it's something I have considered, because sprouts are supposed to be very, very nutritious. So I'll do some of that one day, I'm sure. I'm just doing the tomatoes for the sauce. I've got a whole bowl here full of grated courgette, lots of diced up peppers and diced up cucumber in there. So I'm going to start on this in a second. I want to use up the tops of these. I keep leaving them in the fridge. Now I want to use the tops of my red peppers. So yeah, sticks for dips is very good. Dips are lovely, because then even if they're eating a bit of pita bread, you can, you've got a raw vegan dip there, and they can dip in the pita bread, and dip's always fun for kids. They do like that. I'm not one for hiding things in sauces. Like, she knows she doesn't like tomatoes particularly all the time. Like, she doesn't fancy tomatoes particularly all the time. See, even I slip up all the time. but I try not to say that to her. She doesn't fancy tomatoes all the time in her sauce, on their own, like I've said. So I don't like to sneak them in. Like, she knows that they're going to be in there and she doesn't mind. But I also don't. I'm not one for sneaking in vegetables to children. I think they should have a right to know what's in their food. But that's just my opinion. You know, if you do sneak it in, that's not like the worst thing in the world. But I do think really there's a level of trust you should really keep with your children to, you know, to kind of gain their trust back. And if you're always trying to trick them into stuff, it's just not a good kind of, it's not a good bond to have with someone. So I'm not really a big fan of doing that personally. For the sauce, I've got loads of tomatoes in there, maybe about 3 large ones and an extra little small one. I've got most of a long pointy red pepper, lots of fresh basil, and a whole lime with all its bits cut off. I'm going to put in a few sticks of celery as well, but I'm going to use them to poke it all down. It's really, really good tip there for you. It's my poking device. Ready to make them? You ready to make them?
What?
The veggie wraps. The
veggie wraps.
The dinner thing.
Oh.
Right, so what we do, first of all, pull off some bits.
Hi.
I'm going to put it on your plate. Put it on the plate bit first. And then we get your spoon. I think this might be a bit messy, but it's going to be fun. Get your spoon and put a few scoops into your wrap. Like so. Lovely work there, darling. And then we fold it up. And then eat it over our plate, over the bowl. That's a good idea. What do you think?
I can't talk.
Is it too good? I'm glad you like it, baby. Got my one too. Looks very yummy today. You've got extra avocado in yours. Because children should have a little bit of extra fat. Yummy, yummy. Love.